Hey, this is Chris here with Roofing Sites, and we've got an exciting webinar for you today, some exciting training on how to double your sales by getting your internet marketing right. So my name is Chris Hunter, and I am the CEO of roofingsites.com. We concentrate on helping roofers and roofing companies get more sales through getting their internet marketing right. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. All right. So as we see it, roofing companies have a problem, all right? Several problems, in fact. Uh, Basically, we think and we see a lot of digital marketing that roofers are doing, and we honestly think that it stinks for the most part. Um, we think that as we look around, we see websites that drive business away instead of actually getting business. And I'll illustrate that here in just a little bit. We think that digital marketing in general obviously has gotten more confusing instead of easier. There are more and more platforms just about every day. There's more and more channels to focus on every single day. And it's really hard, right, to keep up with digital marketing these days. And of course, we think that roofers focus on getting leads and they focus on getting leads, right? But your sales funnels are leaky. And I'll explain that here in a little bit. So who am I? My name is Chris Hunter. I'm the chief marketing hero of Marketing Heroes, and Roofing Sites is a brand for Marketing Heroes, LLC. And basically, we decided several years ago to focus on roofers because we were getting some really good results inside of the roofing industry. And we've worked with lots and lots of roofers. So we decided, you know what, let's go all in on this. And let's start working with more and more of these roofers. I'm based here in College Station, Texas, home of the Texas Aggies. And I am a father of three and of course a husband of one, right? My wife and I have been married almost 20 years, believe it or not. My kids, as you can see in this picture, this is actually about 8 years ago. So they've grown up quite a bit since this picture. This is me on a bike ride for the MS 150. And my kids are 15 years old, 12 years old, and 9 years old. The 1 year old, she was about 1 years old in that stroller right there. So this is a really old picture of me, as you can tell with my COVID beard. And it's a lot grayer than that picture. I've been doing SEO since 98, well before Google launched, first for my websites and then for clients' websites once they started talking me into doing that. I was a web designer before that and had designed, several hundred websites by the time 2005 rolled around and my clients started talking me into doing for them what we did for ourselves. Now, if you see, I say before Google launched, well, Google launched in 1999. My very first website that I actually ranked was in 1998 on Yahoo, right before Google really launched. I started paying attention to Google right at about 99, 2000 timeframe and have pretty much concentrated on that ever since. We started roofing sites, like I said, a couple of years ago to focus on roofers and to help them grow. And I have a random fact here. I rode my bike from College Station, Texas to Baltimore in 2012 to raise money and awareness for pancreatic cancer. It was something that was near and dear to my heart. My dad passed away in 2009 from pancreatic cancer. And by 2012, I'd been riding a lot and I decided, you know what, I'm going to do something crazy and ride my bike all the way across the country and raise money and awareness. And in fact, met the Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Network, PanCan, on the steps of the Capitol on the day that they were rallying there. So that was pretty cool to be able to do that. My mission, just so y'all know, is to double the size of 1,000 roofing companies by 2025. All right. I'm here to help you guys double in size. Okay. It's just that simple. So let's talk about some of the problems that I brought up earlier. All right. Why most roofing marketing stinks. Very first thing is they focus on themselves instead of the problems that you're fixing. Marketing these days is not like marketing it was, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, or even 2 years ago for that matter, right? 2020 has really changed a lot of things. Um, Consumers are smarter. And if all you do is talk about yourself in your marketing, all of your marketing materials, whether that's your website, whether that's your ads, whether that's whatever, if you all you do is talk about yourself, you're kind of like that guy at the bar that just talks about himself, right? It's just going to drive people away from you, right? Instead of if you're talking about problems that people are having, right, and giving them the solutions for those problems, then you attract those people. So it's marketing has really gone through a major shift in the past 5 years for sure, and most definitely since March of this year because of COVID. So another problem why most that why we think that most marketing stinks for roofers is that their budgets are minimal, right? You might spend $500 here, $300 there, $1,000 over there. When you're doing a full house replacement, that you're charging anywhere in between $10,000 to $20,000, you've got to sink some of that money back into your marketing. Okay. And so this is just an issue that I see over and over and over again. The next part of this is that we think, and I see this all the time, that your marketing is stuck in the 2000s. And what I mean by that is that you're highly dependent on referrals, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if that is your number one source, there is no way to scale your marketing and sales. Okay. Number two is signs. I see signs all over the place on random corners, and you see them too. You probably put them out, right? Um, it's okay. That's okay to do that. However, don't rely on that being your primary marketing, okay, in this day and age. It's just not going to drive a whole lot of business towards you. Same thing with door hangers, okay? Door hangers, again, are great as you go to a house and you canvass the neighborhood and leave door hangers around. That is a great strategy. However, that's not going to drive you business, okay, in this day and age. The other issue that I see is that you focus on leads instead of appointments. And what I mean on that is that, and I'll explain it here a little bit more in depth, is that most roofers that I work with, all they care about are getting leads, churn through those leads, churn, right? But they're not actually working them. They're not actually getting them in the door. And really the focus for all roofers should be on appointments. That should be your primary focus. Get people into an appointment for a roof inspection and get up on their roof. Okay. And because of all of this above, right? Because of all of these things, your marketing and sales just aren't scalable, right? If your primary source is referrals to come into your, leads coming in through referrals, you might get one here, one over there, one over here, right? It is not a scalable system that you're going to repeatedly get business in and day out. Okay. So problem number two, all right, your website actually drives business away, right? Imagine that. You spend all this time and effort in getting people to your website, and they get to your website and people bounce, right? And it happens all the time. I see it, all the time. And I'm going to illustrate this here in a second. But the main problems that I see are that your website loads too slow, that it is too cluttered. The messaging isn't clear on the website, meaning that, again, you're talking about yourself and how great that you are versus the problems that you help solve and how you can solve those and how they can trust you to solve those issues, right? They focus on you, okay, and not your customers' problems. There's no clear actions. This is a major one that I see. There might be like a contact button, or maybe there's not even any buttons at all on your website, right? Or maybe there's just one button that says call us and that's it, right? I like to see As you scroll down a page, I like to see what I call cash registers, these little buttons as that with clear call to actions, schedule an appointment, call us, those types of things, right? Those are called strong calls to actions. Another one that I see is that your phone number just is super hard to find. I mean, if you don't have it in the top of your website or somewhere in the first fold copy of your website to call us, you're gonna lose business right off the bat, because people are on your website to call you, right? That is the very first thing that they want to do. That most people are not filling out forms these days. Okay, so don't rely on forms for to drive business to you, to drive leads to you. All right. And the other one is you just don't have enough pages, right? We create pages for our clients that has their services plus their locations that they're trying to target. Okay. Most companies that I see have 5 pages on their website. They have their home page, they have their about page, they might have a services page that lists all their services, right? And then they have a contact page and maybe an about page, right? So those pages they don't help sell. If your website only has 5 pages on it, or even only 20 pages on it, it's nowhere near enough. You need to have a singular page with your location plus your service. Okay, so roofing company or roofing repair, College Station. Okay, roofing replacement, College Station, roof replacement. So those are all different pages that should be and exist on your website. Roof company, Bryan, Texas. That's our sister town here in Bryan, College Station. Okay, so you should have a minimum of 400 to 2,000 of those pages. Yes, listen to that again, 400 to 2,000 of those pages. Once you get that amount of those service pages on your website, Google really, really, really likes you. Okay, and if you want to get ranked on Google, if you want to drive business through Google, that's what you need. All right, so on to problem number 3. Digital marketing is confusing. It is, there's just no two ways about it. There are literally thousands of platforms and hundreds of tools to use. What do you focus on? What do you do? And that's what we're going to talk about here today. Problem number 4. Okay, we have lots of problems here. Problem number 4 is leaky sales funnels. I threw this one in here because I see this time and time again. Because on average, and we did our own study for this. We called 1,000 roofing companies. Okay. Sorry. We went to 1,000 roofing companies and filled out forms on their website. All right. Only 50% of those people actually called us back. That's horrible. That is a huge issue, right? Is that if people are taking the time and filling out a form on your website, you have to contact them back. It's that simple. Okay. The other issue with a leaky sales funnel is that you're not contacting them back quick enough. If someone fills out a form, they expect some sort of an interaction within 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. People's attention span has done nothing but get shorter and shorter, right? Same thing with your website. If your website doesn't load fast enough, they're going to bounce, right? Same thing with sales is that if you do not get back with them quick enough, they've moved on. They've moved on to the other roofer that did contact them back. Okay. So how do you do that? Well, it's simple. You follow, you look at your sales, your email, you look at your phone calls, you answer the phone, right? Or have someone answer the phone for you. And you contact those people back immediately, okay? Or you do what we do for all of our clients, which is to build an automated sales system that does that for you, right? If someone fills out a form at 10 o'clock at night, they get an immediate response at 10:01, less than 10:01, right? That says, hey, thank you so much for contacting us. Let's schedule a call for tomorrow. When's a good time? Right? We do that via SMS, via text message, and we do that via email. All right. So those things are super simple to set up, but they're something that every single roofer misses. Okay. Or the system that they don't have set up. Okay, so, oh, I forgot. Because of all of this, sales just isn't automated and sales isn't scalable. Okay, so you need to have, if you want to build and grow your business, you have to build systems in place and put systems in place. Um, Sales needs to be an automated system that is scalable. So let's talk about the plan, right? How do you fix all of these issues? Well, first of all, 2020, like I mentioned before, has dramatically changed how consumers uh, research you, how they look for you, how they look for your services. Okay. Um, it's it's been a dramatic shift, and this isn't just for roofers. This is all across the board. As people sat home in their houses trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I do business? How do I get that roof fixed? How do I get a new pergola set up? They started researching. They went to the internet, right? And a lot of brick and mortar businesses, a lot of restaurants haven't figured that out, that your website is your most valuable asset at this point in time right now. Okay. It is your cheapest asset at this point in time as well. You're going to spend less on a website than you would an actual employee. And no employee is going to work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your website is. Okay. So what do you focus on? What do we focus on? All right. I'm going to give you a couple of things. First, SEO, right? To me, SEO, and when I mean SEO, that's ranking on Google. Okay. Search engine optimization is what it stands for. I'm a geek. I'll talk geeky stuff all the time, but basically getting your site ranked high on Google. Okay. That is your long-term strategy. You want to be in the right place at the right time that people are searching for you. It's that simple. McDonald's had it a long time ago, right? McDonald's had this understood way, way back in the day in the 70s and 80s. As they went out, they bought property that was in high traffic areas and they put up their McDonald's in those high traffic areas. They still do that to this day. Chick-fil-A is another one that follows that same exact recipe. Okay. So it goes to stand that you should be doing the same thing as well. Put your website, your most valuable asset, we just talked about that, right? Your most valuable marketing asset, put that in the right place so that when people are searching for you, they find you. It's that simple, right? All right. Google My Business, GMB, right? This is more important now than it ever has been because as people research you, they're going to look at your reviews. And if you have no reviews or very little reviews or even worse, bad reviews, okay, then they're just going to move on to the next guy, the next roofer, right? So you have to have some sort of a focus on that, which is my next one, reputation, right? So Google My Business and reputation go hand in hand. Google My Business, another thing that you focus on with that besides reviews is your citations, making sure that your name, address, and phone number is set up all throughout the internet. Okay. And that it matches. And that is what really drives you high on Google My Business in the 3-pack itself. Okay. What do I mean by that? Okay. What I mean by that is that I just did a search here for Roofing Dallas. Okay. And we've got lots of different things on this page. Okay. We've got this area right here, which is new in the past year. Okay. This is Google Guaranteed. If you're not set up with Google Guaranteed, do it now because this is super important. If you are not in this area right here, you're losing business because they place this above the ads. Okay. And actually this is an ad. You're going to pay every time that someone clicks on this and calls you. Okay. But just know that this is something else that Google has put into their search engine result page, right? To get more money for themselves, right? Their company. But these three right here, we are seeing this drives more calls than just about anything right now. Okay. Because it's trusted. You've got reviews in there. It says guaranteed by Google right there. So if you're not there, do it now. The next place on this is your ads, right? And you can see in this results page, there's only 2 ads showing right here. The next is your 3-pack, which is 1, 2, 3. Sometimes there's a fourth one here with an ad. This is what I'm talking about on focusing on Google My Business. Google My Business, this is what this is right here, okay? And how do you get ranked up there? Well, that's going to be subject of a whole different other webinar, but for now, just know that you should be focusing on that. You should ensure that you're setting your business up right for the future. The next one down here is organic area. Okay, this is where a lot of SEO companies have focused in the years past. We still focus on it because we have correlated that if you're ranked here, you're most likely going to be ranked here. As you can see with Burt Roofing right here, they have a very strong position in honestly one of the most competitive areas in the nation for roofers. There are somewhere around 1,200 roofing companies just in the DFW area, right? But they have the #1 position here and the #2 position here. So these two combined, and I think I saw them up here. I did not see them up here. Okay. So these two positions combined for organic is super, super important. Okay. And then your reputation, if you don't have a reputation system in place, you need one. Okay. A way to proactively get reviews from your customers as you finish out jobs. Okay. Super, super important. Get that in place. So those 3 things are the 3 things really that you should focus on as you move forward into 2021. Finish out this quarter and then start working on all of these things. Make sure that everything is in place. Now I'm going to give you a couple of bonuses. All right. Bonus #1 is pay-per-click, right? I said that SEO, getting ranked on Google, is your long-term strategy. I say that because most people know this, but it takes 6 months to a year to get ranked. Okay. That's your long-term strategy. Pay-per-click are the ads that we saw there, as well as the ones up on top with the Google guarantee. Those are the pay-per-click ads. Okay. This should be your short-term strategy. Okay. This should be how you are getting leads in right now versus waiting for 6 months. Okay. Super important. And then your next one I'm going to give you is that even though you're getting leads in, as we demonstrated earlier, even if you're getting leads in, you've got to have a way to convert those leads. Okay. And it needs to be a system that is in place, whether you're asleep, your salespeople are asleep, or just not paying attention. It needs to be going to ensure that they get them into an appointment on the roof. Okay. Super, super important. I know I said at the beginning of the webinar that I was going to give you 3 things to focus on. I actually gave you 5, 2 bonus ones, right? SEO, Google My Business, reviews, pay-per-click, and sales nurturing. Super important. All right, so let's talk about the system that we have in place for all of our roofing clients. And we call it the 4R Roofing Appointment Machine. It's basically an evergreen system that we've developed here at Roofing Sites. It includes 4 pillars that represent the sales cycle of every roofing business: reputation, reach, resell, and refer. So let's start with reputation. This is the base of everything that you do. And we focus on 2 things in this pillar: your website and the reputation system. We call it the reputation machine. Okay. This is a system that proactively, as you finish jobs, you send an SMS and an email out to your customers and ask them, hey, would you mind leaving us a review? On our system, it then takes them to a review page that then if they click on 2 stars, meaning that they weren't happy at all with your services, if it brings up a form that they can fill out that goes to you. It doesn't go out on Google. Okay. If they hit 4 stars or higher, it will actually take them to Google and they simply fill out their review right there. It's that simple. Okay. Reach. This is where most marketers spend their time. All right. There are so many things that you can do here. But for roofers, we've found that these things right here, SEO, Google Maps, Google Ads, your content, we call it our content machine, and social media machine. Okay. I think that those 5 things, right? 6 things. Okay. Those 6 things within reach are going to build your system that's going to proactively get leads in and appointments in for your roofing company. Okay. Now, do I think that you should run Facebook ads? We have not seen Facebook ads return a whole lot. The ROI on those are not very big. And here's why is that um, Facebook ads are an interruption to your news feed, right? And for roofers, we found that since you're kind of an emergency service, right? People know that they've got a leak. They know that they've got to fix something right then and there. They're most likely going to find you on Google versus on Facebook. They're not going to go searching for you on Facebook. They're going to search for you on Google and on their phone. Okay. They're going to pick up their phone and they're going to say, "Hey Siri," or "Hey Google, where's the nearest roofer?" Okay. Resell. This is the next pillar. And it's super, super important. Okay. As you sell, you've got to have other ways to make money, right? People are 80% more likely to do business with you after they've done business with you before. Okay. So it just makes sense to have some sort of system in place to get them into something else. So for instance, if you did a roof repair for somebody, you need a system that then follows up with them and says, "Hey, do you need gutters? We've got, a special going on gutters this month. Do you need windows?" I know a lot of roofers do windows. Okay. There needs to be a system that proactively is going out there, ensuring that they're going to buy more from you more than just one time. Okay. Additionally, now this first one here says remarketing machine. I got kind of ahead of myself. The remarketing machine is very simple, right? Facebook and Google have ways to track people when they come to your website that you can show ads to those people, right? And give preference to your ads. This is a very laser targeted fashion that if they've come to your website, if you've gotten them to come to your website and they did not call you, they did not fill out a form, that your ads will follow them around to keep reminding them, "Hey, you came to our website, right? We can help you." This is a super, super important thing because if you spend all of that money to get people to your website, and you're going to spend money getting people to your website, whether that's paying someone like me, it's paying someone like Roofing Sites to proactively do your SEO, your pay-per-click ads, all that kind of stuff. You're spending money to get them to your website. If you don't have a way to get them back to your website, then that's an issue. Okay. The other one we've talked about, we call it our lead nurture machine. This is when people fill out a form or call you, that there is a proactive system that will get them into an appointment. Okay. And ultimately that's what we look for, is to get them into that. We call it our lead nurture machine, so that when someone comes to your website, they fill out a form or they call you, then we are proactively going right back out to them with very conversational type messaging campaigns to get them into that appointment. It's super important. Okay. Otherwise you are dropping off at least half of your business right there. Okay. So if you have 20 forms that are filled out on your website, or 100 forms that are filled out on your website, you're only going to get half of those into an actual appointment. Okay. So it's super important to have that in place. The other things that lead nurture machine does, by the way, is that when you take them from your pipeline, from, let's say to a lead to an appointment, those are different types of nurturing campaigns, right? You need to also have a nurturing campaign that is in place to get them to show up to that appointment, because there's nothing worse than going to, a customer's house and they're not even there and they won't return your phone calls. Okay. So this system is in place for all of our clients that basically gets them to ensure that they show up. Then you need to have another system in place, right? Another nurture campaign in place to get them from when you give them a proposal to actually signing a contract with you. Okay. So, or an estimate and signing a contract with you. Social media machine. This is basically just a way to proactively put stuff onto your social media channels: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google My Business now also has this. So this is super important. that you're constantly adding things to your social channels, and it's not really to sell, right? This is to demonstrate that you're. I know I keep saying this, but you're proactive with your business. Okay. You can't imagine all the Facebook pages that I've gone to that people haven't even bothered to update for years, right? The very first thing that goes into people's minds when they see that is this business even in, is this company even in business anymore? Right. So it's important to ensure that you're putting stuff onto your social channels. So we have something in place for our clients that does exactly that. It puts stuff up there daily, puts images up there, it puts blogs, it puts articles that we found in other, trade magazines and so forth, with relevant content for you and your customers. Last piece here is the content machine. The content machine is pretty simple. Again, you want to have content flowing on your website, and we do this in the form of blogs. All right. First and foremost, it's for the search engines, because Google likes content. That's what it consumes. So it makes sense to give Google something that it is going to consume. I call it spider food, right? So basically, we constantly adding for all of our clients, for our middle package and above. Everyone gets a blog every single week to their website. It is that which is then shared out to their social channels. Okay, so we call that the content machine. And the last step, the highest pillar here, and we talked about this earlier, is referrals. Right? It is super important to get referrals in for your business, but you have to be proactive with it. And most salespeople are not proactively asking for a referral. Hey, who do you know that also needs our services? So we do this through what we call the referral machine. This is, again, is a proactive campaign that goes out and after you do business with someone, periodically ask them, hey, thank you so much for doing business with us. Who else do you know that can use our services? This is important to do on a regular basis. Okay. So we do this through SMS and through email for our clients. And then the very last part of the referral pillar of the 4R roofing appointment machine is reputation machine. Okay. Your reputation is super, super, super important. And you've got to have a system in place that is proactively asking for those reviews. We focus on Google My Business, but there are lots of other places out there like Facebook that you can also drive those people to leave you a review on Facebook. Okay. Whew. All right. So I just lost my place. Here we go. I think that's about it for the webinar. I've gone through a whole ton of stuff, just throwing it all out at you. Do you have any questions? Anyone have any questions? Keith, any kind of questions that you have? Be more than happy to answer them. Just type them into the chat bot and we'll try to answer them as best we can. Oh, actually, right. Okay, good question. So the question asked by Keith was, so you mentioned that there is things on a website to do and not to do. So I'm just going to randomly pick some of these. As you can tell, I've already looked at these, but let's pull up in Burt Roofing, Roofing Giant, and New View Roofing, and Lawnsmith. And let's just kind of look at these websites and see, what's good, what's bad about these. Okay. So the very first thing that I see on Burt Roofing, all right, the very first thing right here, they talk about themselves. Okay. That is the number one rule not to do. Number one roofing company in Dallas area. The first thing that comes up in my mind is, really? How do you know? How do I know? Right. And who cares? Are you going to fix my problem? Okay. So, I tend to stay away from this kind of messaging on your website. Look, they said it again here when I clicked. Number one roofing, number one roofing, number one roofing. Again, you're like that. They're like that guy in the bar that's constantly talking about themselves. Okay. Instead, position yourself as an authority without talking about yourself. Okay. Do you have is your website, or sorry, I'm talking website. Is your roof leaking? We can help fix that fast. Okay. So demonstrate that you know what their problem is, right? Another issue that I see with this site is that there are a lot of things up here, right? But no strong call to action. They've got a phone number. That's great. I like to see phone numbers in the top of a website so that I can click on them. As I hover over this, though, I see that there's going to be issues with calling. If you look down in my bottom right-hand corner, you'll see TEL:1-214-307-8142. Okay, so if I actually clicked on that on a phone, if I pulled open my phone and looked for Burt Roofing, hopefully you're not on this webinar and I'm not totally, dissing you here, but that phone number is not going to work on my phone. I'm going to click it and it's going to go this bad phone number. It has to be, this is the way that you should do it. TEL:214-307-8142. So no dashes whatsoever. All right. That's how it should be. When people click on it on their phone, it would be able to pull open their phone and ask if they want to call. And that's what we want. Okay. The other one here, this is a very strong call to action. I like this. Get a free quote. Good. Okay. But I bet you as I scroll down here, that's the only time that it actually says that, right? Yep. That is the only time that I see that, except for in this form that looks kind of funky here, right? Great, 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 blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I call these cash registers, okay? Meaning that these things are going to make me money. So why would I not put a cash register in every section? So put those cash registers in every single section on your website. All right. Okay. So number one roofing company, that's their message. Accredited business, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Still talking about themselves here. All right. And yes, these are important, but these don't need to be in the top part of your website. As people scroll down, you've got to kind of push that problem. Okay. So meaning that if they've got a leaky roof, I would put something in this place of, hey, leaky roofs are horrible. They damage your house. They damage the things in your house. It's just no fun at all. We can help fix that, right? So something along those lines in this area right here is what I would like to see. Our services, roof replacement, blah, 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 blah. No one cares about this. They just care, can you solve my problem? Now, coming back up to this header, because the header is your most important piece of the website, is you've got home. Everybody by now knows that if you click on the logo, that it's going to take you to your homepage, right? Why even take up valuable real estate with this? About us, product, services, education, blog, contact us, refer a friend. None of these belong up here. None of them. Right. And this comes from a web designer who's designed thousands of pages, right? I've been doing web design since 1998. And I used to put all this stuff up there too, because I thought it was important in the navigation, in the top navigation. Now, nowadays, I like to make it clear, concise. And what I mean about that is, let me show you our website as an example. You go to roofingsites.com and we have 3 things in the header with a strong call to action. Okay. Schedule a call. All right. So these are the 3 things that I want people to see. In roofing sites, I would say schedule a call would be super important. Actually, I'm on the wrong site. Schedule a call, right? Or get a free quote. Should be in the upper right-hand corner as a button that looks different, that draws your attention to it. Okay. Services, sure, why not? Okay. But the rest of it doesn't even belong there. In fact, I would probably, most of our client sites, we like to put just the call to action button up there, right? That's it. Where do you put the rest of it? Scroll all the way down. And honestly, it should go right down here in what I call the junk drawer, right? This is the place where you put all the other junk so that when people actually scroll all the way down on your website, they're going to get to this area and they're going to do a little bit more research about you. At that point, then you can put in your About Us page, your services page, and all that kind of stuff. But they want to get to, within 3 seconds, know, what do you do? How do you solve my problem? And how do I contact you? Those 3 things in your top of your website. That's it. If you answer those 3 things, you're going to get dramatically more leads coming into your website. That's it. Super simple, right? Keep it simple. I think that's about all I'm going to talk about on the website. We can do a whole other, in fact, I plan on doing a whole other webinar on how to build your roofer website, your roofing company website, but that's pretty much it. As we scroll through all of these, I guarantee I'll find the same exact issues, right? Call 855. Okay, so this is a decent call to action, but it kind of blends in there. It doesn't stand out whatsoever. Same issue up here, roofing home, right? We all know that if we click on this, we're going to get to the home. So why even take up valuable real estate? Get estimate. That's good, but there's not a button there. There's nothing drawing my attention to this. Insurance restoration, testimonial services, more, that all belongs in the junk drawer. Okay. Lifetime roofing services. I like their message. Okay. That's pretty good. You know, I'd like to know how I get lifetime roofing services, right? So that draws my attention right away. Residential and commercial roofing, Golden Hammer, lifetime warranty, Better Business Bureau. I like this. This is actually not too bad. This actually builds a little bit more trust than just having a few symbols up there. Okay. Accredited Business, Angie's Award, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Everybody has that. But this company has a lifetime warranty. Wait, what? All right. I would be more interested in this one than that other roofing website, just simply because of that right there. You've got a lifetime warranty. I'm calling this one. Okay. So I like that. Next one. Oh my gosh. I wonder how it looks mobile. Yeah, this thing is busy, right? Super busy. Let me hit refresh, see if it changes. All right, they've got Angie's List, blah, 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 all this stuff right here. Free inspection, right? This right here, it's okay to have a form on the very top fold of your website, I guess. I wouldn't put it there simply because this is like asking to go to bed on the first date, right? Or on not even on a date, you're at the bar. So it's all right. Call us today. This is done correctly with the TEL thing, but again, confusing. This is confusing up here. Too many things up in the navigation. Okay. Financing options has a button, but yet a free quote would be better up here as well. So those 2 buttons would actually go very well up here. I'm going to say something real quick on the scrolling images. Everyone does it. That was a design trend, started probably about 5-6 years ago, maybe up to 10 years ago in the web design industry. Web designers love it. I hate it. Want to know why? And that's because it slows a website load time down majorly. So I don't like having those in there, those scrolling images. This one had it, the Burt Roofing. This one didn't. So I bet you this loads up really, really quick. This website is just, as it scrolls through, I could sit here and click this button. All of those images, and here's why, those images have to load, right? And if each of those images are, 200-300 kilobytes, it's going to slow down the load time of this website. What do you think you're getting judged on by Google nowadays? Speed. That's their number one thing that they're saying, right? That they're releasing. They've even said, release tools to test your site speed. So wouldn't it make sense to make your website come up super, super quick and to do anything and everything that you can do? All right. So that to me starts right here. Okay. I'm not even going to bother going down there. Lawns, roofing. Oh my gosh, this is a mess. So first, this logo is way too big, right? It's taking up super valuable real estate on this website. And every single web design that I've ever done, and again, I've done thousands of them, the very first thing that clients ask for is a bigger logo. Go to the Nike website, go to the ESPN website, go to CBS's website. Is their logo this huge? Is it taking up a third of the screen? No. So follow the leaders, okay, and make your logo a lot smaller. Take up less real estate. This is good. This is a good call to action. Again, their TEL link actually looks like it would probably work. So that's good. Facebook and Instagram icons up in the header, not necessary at all. And I see a lot of websites do this. This is completely unnecessary in my opinion. Um, Keeping your home safe, dry, and comfortable. That sounds like a tagline, right? Again, what do you do? Okay, keep your home safe, dry. Okay, does this company do that? What do you do? How do you solve my problem? All right. The problem is my home is wet. Okay, so that kind of solves that. And how do I contact you? How do I, right? You've got the big call to action up here. That's how you want the majority of people come, going to you. But I would have a free estimate button right up over here. Get rid of all of this stuff. Make this smaller. And this is great. But this is just way too busy, way too many, collage is not needed on a website. It looks like this is the owner right here. He's getting an award. Cool. Yes, it looks like you guys do a lot of work with charities, and looks like he's getting some ice cream here. I don't know. None of this is pertinent to my problem. My problem, if I've got a leaky roof, is how can you fix it, right? What do you do? How do you fix it? And how do I contact you? That's it in the header. Okay, I talked a lot. Any more questions at all? All right, no other questions. So we're going to move on. Upcoming webinars. I have more webinars planned. We're going to dig deep into some of these things. The next webinar is November 6th at 11 a.m. How to double roofing sales by building a review machine. Next one after that is November 20th, 2021 guide for Google Maps for roofers. Like I said, Google My Business is one of the most important things that you could be working on right now for your roofing company. There's only 3 spots, right? And it's king of the hill. You've got to outdo everybody else. We're going to talk about that on November 20th, how to do that, how to get more sales by ranking your roofing website. Again, you've got to be able to place your website in the right place at the right time when people are searching for you. Okay, so we're going to go over how to actually rank your website. And then December 18th, how to double your roofing sales with sales automation. We're going to talk and dig into the lead nurture campaigns that I was talking about. I'm going to give those to you, right? You can set them up yourselves. You can do them manually, whatever, but these are the things that you're going to need in place heading into 2021 to get more sales. All right. All right. I've talked a lot, y'all. What now? So if you're tired of wasting time and money with your ineffective marketing, if you need a system that helps get you more sales, if you'd like to free yourself from chasing those leads, just simply book a strategy session with me. All you have to do is go to roofingsites.com // schedule. Okay. Again, that's roofingsites.com / schedule. It's hard to say. All right. We're coming right up on this hour, so I think we're done. If you have any questions, feel free to go to our Facebook page or our website, and more than happy to help you. Book a strategy session below with us. If you're watching this on YouTube, because this is going to get posted up on YouTube, we're going to have links there. Strategies in a strategy session, we're simply going to go over, and we're going to go over all of the things and create a blueprint basically for everything that we talked about today. Okay. On what you need to fix, and give you that blueprint. Whether you go with us or not for your marketing, that's irrelevant. You're going to get a blueprint in hand, right? to give you the roadmap for 2021, for the rest of 2020, on moving forward and really how to double your sales, right? That is our mission, to double 1,000 roofing companies sales by 2025. So that's it, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see y'all later.